Learn how to pivot. Learn how to adjust. Learn how not to give a fuck. Man, like too many people give a fuck about too many things that are so irrelevant that they forget to live. Oh, you guys cannot be afraid to make fucking pivots in your life, okay? Especially if you guys got businesses, please stop being so afraid of what other people might think because of the shit that you have to do. You got to get shit done. You got a family that's waiting for you to be successful. You got you that has the one life you have to. You ever see that fucking Justin Timberlake movie where it's like they got like the time they have left in their life? It's like here and it's like counting down. Your seconds pass and you never get those seconds back. Why are you so afraid to take that leap of faith into yourself, launch that fucking business, launch the second business, launch the 10th one after the first 9 failed? Why are you so afraid of failing again? Why are you so afraid that you launched the business, it didn't really pan out the way that you wanted, and like you went kind of all into it, and it's time to pivot, but like you're afraid what your mom or dad or wife or husband or whoever the fuck, what they're going to think about that? You think you got time to worry about that shit? No, please, Jesus Christ. If you are so concerned about other people, you're never going to be able to change your life. If you're more concerned about what other people are going to think about you versus you just fucking doing you, you got to understand you're the only person that's going to have to deal with that shit at the end of your life. You're the only person that's going to regret that by the time you're 70, 80, 90, I don't know how fuck old we're going to get. You look back on your life and you're like, damn, I really just spent fucking years during that period of my life so concerned about fucking Bob, Jill, Karen, Ben. You come up with better names. Fucking all of these people who mean nothing. Like they haven't talked to you in like 3 decades. You were so concerned about those fuckers that you didn't do the things. You didn't keep making power moves after power moves after power moves because you were just afraid of how it would look to the world. You got to understand, like, fuck the world. Fuck what people think. Fuck everybody's opinion. And like, I mean that with all due respect. Fuck them. Because what happens? You're valuing somebody else, their words, their opinions, all of these things, their fucking life more than you value your own life. And look, I get it, it's a scary thing. I get that becoming the best version of yourself, the most successful version of yourself is going to require you to put down the fucking ego and the pride and be like, this shit does not serve me. And I just need to keep going all in, all the time, especially if you got a family, especially if you got kids, especially if you got people counting on you. You don't got time to be wasting worried about how people are going to perceive the moves that you're making. One of the biggest things that I've always done, and I say this all the time, and this might not be the first time you ever heard me say it. The only reason I won, the only reason why I got to break through from the dumbass life I was living was because I was willing to do what everybody else was not willing to do. I was willing to fail far more than anybody else was willing to fail. I was willing to look stupid for far longer and on multiple occasions more than anybody else. When I first started online, this was 2019. You can go on my fucking Facebook. You can go find my shit. I was reading a book, literally reading a fucking book, and then saying, here's what I think about that. Because I didn't know what the fuck to talk about. I wasn't good enough to talk like this. Again, everything that you see, everything that you hear, that's been forged and built over time. But I started the same place you're starting, but instead of me saying, hey, I don't know how to do this online thing, I don't know how to do business stuff, I don't know how to be a founder, I don't know how to be a CEO, and then just sit there with my fucking balls in my hand, just like, I don't know what the fuck to do. I just decided to pick up a fucking random book and then just start reading because I was like, I don't know if this is going to be valuable to anybody, but I think that the one way that I'm going to win in life is being the most valuable person. So maybe if I read this fucking book and like I explain how I perceive the book, maybe that's valuable to somebody else. And I did that shit for hours. And then nothing happened. But those were stepping stones to my success, because then when it came to like taking on clients, when it came to doing my first virtual event in front of 40, 50 people, and I've never done a virtual event. I've never been in front of people like that before. I've never had that many people pay me admission to listen to me fucking talk for 5 days straight. And I just jumped in, and I was like, I don't even fucking know what I'm doing, but here I am. I even told them at the start of the event, guys, this is my first ever event ever. So if I fuck up, sorry. I'm not trained for this shit. And you know what? They didn't say, oh, you fucking suck, give me a refund. Oh, blah, 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 blah. This is bullshit. You're not Tony Robbins. What the fuck? They didn't say that. They said, no, bro, you got this, bro. The people that paid me money were rooting for me to give them value. What the fuck was that about? It's just because I was being real. I was like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm doing the best that I can. And I know that other people aren't willing to do this shit, but I want to share with you exactly what worked for me. Because for some reason, I started crushing it in the online space. So I just wanted to teach people that shit. You see what I'm saying? All you have to do is just do what you got to do. Do not be the one that months or years, please do not let it be years, pass by before you really find out what you're made of. There's so many people that, because again, right now, I'm 30 years old. At 30 years old, I got the house that my kids can just run around in for fucking days. My daughter has all these different cars. She has more cars than me. Fuck. She can just do whatever. My wife, she has her own office. I have this massive fucking office. We have the perfect life. She can have whatever she wants, whenever she wants. I retired her fucking 3-4 years ago. She hasn't had to work. If she wants to work, she can, but she hasn't had to. I have a Lamborghini at 30 years old. What the fuck's that about? I got 2 amazing kids. I got a beautiful wife. How? How did I do that? I'm not special. So in high school, here's how not special I am. I went to freshman year. I went to sophomore year. And then I started dwindling away in sophomore year. Didn't go to junior year. I was non-existent senior year. People didn't even know I went to that fucking high school. I somehow made it to prom. And people almost voted me prom king or some shit, even though I never went to school. And I had fucking hater teachers that didn't want me to go because they're like, you don't deserve this shit. I tried to go to college, and I went on campus. I was like, this is so fucking confusing. I don't even know where the fuck to go. I don't even know where the office is. Fuck this. So I rather go to the military. And I chose to be a machine gunner. You know what they call machine gunners? Machine dumbers. You know why? Because all we got to do is be fucking strong and then fucking pull a trigger. That's literally it. And then, there's obviously a lot of shit involved with that. Don't get me wrong. Don't be dumb. If you've never been a machine gunner, don't be a fucking idiot and comment on shit you don't understand. But you see what I'm saying, though. I'm not the smartest dude ever. I have tons of books in my office. I Google a lot of shit. YouTube. I deconstructed my old cars when I used to work on my cars. Fucking Googled and YouTubed how to disassemble a fucking engine. You see, just get resourceful. Fail. Focus so much on wanting to win in your life that you just don't give a fuck. You guys worry too much about people's opinions. And you say you don't. But if you don't, why don't you try? Why don't you do your best? Why don't you try something different? Why don't you allow yourself to look dumb or to fail? If you got a 9-to-5 right now, why don't you go after the supervisor role? Why don't you go after management? Why don't you go after something bigger? Why don't you ask for a fucking raise? If you're past that point and you're making good money and you're like, I want to do something for myself, why don't you go do something for yourself? Why don't you launch that first business idea? Why don't you launch the second one, the third one? Why don't you fucking pivot the moment you realize that it's probably not going to go well if I keep going this fucking direction? Why don't you just fucking pivot right now? What are you so worried about? Are you worried that your wife is going to be like, yo, motherfucker, like, what's happening here? You just said you're going to do this thing, and now you're doing the other thing, and now we're going to do this other thing, and blah, 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 blah. Like, what are you worried about? You can't waste your time worried about opinions that they're not even fucking permanent. You have to remember, like, it's like when somebody cuts you off. You're on the fucking freeway, somebody cuts you off. You know what happens if you choose to get mad? Okay, you're driving, somebody cuts you off, and you're like, what the fuck? You know what happens when they speed off? They don't even realize they cut you off. They don't think twice about you. Like, literally, no part of their day is more ruined than it already is. They fucking forgot about you literally the moment they cut you off because they didn't probably realize they did it. What happens in this car, though, where you're in? You choose in that moment that this bastard of a fucker cut you off, and like they did it intentionally. They're out to get you. They want to fucking ruin your day, blah, 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 blah. And then what happens? You hold on to that anger. And now you're driving and shit all angry, and you're the only person that's angry about the situation. You're the only person that won't let it go. So what happens? You take that throughout the rest of your fucking day and the rest of your week, and you're like, yeah, this fucking motherfucker cut me off the other day. And it's like, motherfucker, that was the other day. Why are you still talking about that? You guys realize that the reason why I have wrath right here as my deadliest sin is because I used to be like you. I used to be worried about that shit. But like, what's the point? It's a waste. You got to learn how to let shit go. So when it comes to like making power moves in your life, you got to let go of all the shit that's holding you back. Because at the end of the day, when it's just you versus you, you're going to realize you're the only person holding you back. Like, there's literally nobody else. If you're just like, well, fuck, I'm not good at speaking on stage. If you tell yourself that, then you're not. If you tell yourself that, oh, fuck, dude, like, I don't know if it's the right call. I don't want to make the wrong call. So I'm not going to make a call. You know how much like lack of confidence you're going to have in yourself? You know that making a call, even if it's the wrong call, sometimes it's good because then you learn all the ways not to do shit. You do realize that, right? When you're like, oh, fuck, like, you know, I told my wife, I told my friend, I told these people that I was going to make this move, and they looked at me all funny. I was like, maybe I shouldn't do it. You do realize what happens in that moment, right? You do realize like you devalue yourself and like you value other people, put them on a fucking pedestal. No wonder you lack confidence in yourself. No wonder you don't believe in yourself. No wonder you don't go all in on yourself because you just don't value you. You're worried too much about everybody else, but like, what about you? Where are you in this equation? Why aren't you like, no, I want to prove myself right. I want to prove to myself that I can do whatever the fuck I say I'm going to do. Even if I fucking fail, I have all of the intel that I need to keep making the right moves. This is like a fucking chess game. Don't be concerned about making moves, about pivoting, about doing what you need to do for your life, for your business, in every fucking area. If you got a business, make the fucking pivot. Make the move. Do the thing. Go all in on yourself, please. If you're dieting and you're trying to get your body right, and like you're not dropping the fat, don't just keep doing the same shit. Adjust your macros. Like, be like, okay, cool, like this wasn't working. Adjust. And then you adjust and adjust and adjust until you're on target. Fitness, same thing. If your shit's fucked up or like you're hurting yourself, maybe you should be like, maybe I shouldn't do that workout like that because every week I like injure myself. You know how dumb it would be for you to start getting fucking injured? And then you're like, I'm going to do the same exact workouts, the same things that always like hurt me. You know how stupid that sounds versus like doing a different modified workout? Learn how to pivot. Learn how to adjust. Learn how not to give a fuck. Man, like too many people give a fuck about too many things that are so irrelevant that they forget to live. They forget to experience life. Life is about failures. Life is about experiencing what's good, what's bad, what works, what doesn't work. That's kind of the point, guys. It's kind of the point for us to like experience that for ourselves. Like, don't wait for somebody to be like, hey, no, don't go that fucking way. Oh, you should go that way. Oh, you should do this thing. Like, stop waiting for permission from people. Give yourself permission to go do the damn thing. Like, live your fucking life. The good, the bad, the ugly, the happy, the sad, all of it. Obviously, make the right choices, the best that you possibly can, but like, make a fucking choice. Stop waiting for somebody to make that choice for you. Stop waiting for somebody to live for you. Jesus. Man, like, there's so many people in this world that are just so lost. I look at them in the fucking eyes and I'm just like, damn, motherfucker, are you even in there? Like, do you even feel connected to life? Do you even feel like you're here? Like, what the fuck's going on? You're like a fucking zombie. I want you guys to remember that, like, fuck, like, life is so precious. Every second is fleeting. Every moment right now, every second that passes, we don't get back. You got to remember that. You got to make the moves. You got to do what you've been scared to do. You got to be willing to fucking fail and just know you got the rest of your life to sort that shit out. I'm not talking about fucking doing crack. Drop the fucking alcohol, drop the drugs, drop all the stupid shit, drop the fast food eating bullshit, all of it. Drop it. Create some macros for yourself, work out, build a business for yourself to build for the rest of your life. Challenge yourself in those areas. Be the best version of you every single fucking day. And fail. Don't have so much fucking pride that you don't want to look like the guy that didn't know the answer. Because when you do that, you like hold yourself back from like being a student again to the game of life. And when you stop being that student of this game of life, you miss out on life. You miss out on what life has to offer you. And like, what is it going to take? You know, the only reason why most people make a change in their life is because something bad happens. I mean, fuck, it happened to me, you know, like major car accident and shit. Then I was like, okay, I got to change my life. Why do we have to wait till those moments? Why do we have to wait till that time to start like actually making these big decisions that we actually commit to? Why does that have to happen that way? Why can't you hear something like this and be like, damn, I should really like take some time to reflect on this shit? Like, fuck, maybe there's something I should be doing. Maybe there is something I got to stop. Maybe I really do got to drop the drinking. Maybe I do got to drop the drugs. Fuck, maybe I do got to launch that business. Fuck, maybe I do got to pivot. Fuck, maybe I was overconfident. Fuck, maybe I didn't know what I was doing. Fuck, maybe I should fucking read a book. Fuck, maybe I should stop reading so damn much because I'm just distracting myself from doing the work. Jesus Christ, maybe I should say sorry to my wife for, I don't know, eating her last meal. I don't fucking know. I don't fight with my wife. You know, like, have a hard look at your life and like, be like, damn, I really do got to start making some of those changes. Because the longer you spend not making those decisions, not pivoting, not doing the things that you know you should, the things that scare you the most, the things that are like causing you to distract yourself over here when like you know you kind of got to be over here. Those are the things that are going to prevent you from like living your life, experiencing your life, being present in the now. And man, I would hate for you to arrive at a later point in your life and like you lost a decade. You lost so much time where you could have been happy, but you chose to operate from a place of fear than from a place of power. And I don't want that for you. You might be like, well, Phil, how do you know you don't want that for me, bro? Like, I don't want that for anybody. You got to remember, I've been through quite a lot in my life to the point where I wanted to take my life. I've known my Marines, my people, who have taken their lives because they lost their battles because they didn't understand the point anymore. I'm not saying that's where you're at or where you're going, but I do know how lost we can get. So do the thing that scares you. Go all in on yourself. Run the business. Make the pivot. Look fucking foolish. Put your fucking heart and soul into your life. Otherwise, what's the point? What's the point of all of this if you're not going to do that for you? But man, when you start, when you actually go all in on your, like, all right, I fucking got this. Like, I'm going to square my shit away. I'm going to get a solid haircut, drop the liquor, drop the drugs, drop the fat, fucking stop door dashing all my shit, start reading books, waking up early. Fucking, I'm going to command and control my fucking life. Just run it for 30 days. Just see what happens in 30 days. Make the fucking power moves in your business. Fucking pivot. Do whatever you got to do. Watch what happens in 30 days. Commit to it. Go all every single day you wake up to win the battle. You wake up for something. You wake up to prove to yourself that you can win today. That's what life's all about. Don't go to sleep tonight and do nothing with this. As you lay in bed, wherever the fuck you sleep, why don't you start asking yourself, what are these decisions you got to be making? What are those pivots? Where can you go all in on yourself and your business, in your health and your nutrition and your fitness? And then make a promise to yourself. If you got to write it on a fucking piece of paper, sign and date it, do what you got to do. But don't go to sleep tonight until you make that promise to yourself. And I can guarantee you tomorrow, when that alarm goes off because you decided you wanted to wake up at 5 a.m., 6 a.m., whatever the fuck, an hour earlier than you normally do. You don't got to do the 3 or 4 a.m.s like me. But let's say that you do. You're going to feel tired, but goddamn, you're going to feel alive. You're going to feel like there's some point of living again. Just from one simple act. If you don't believe me, try it tonight. If you really want to prove me wrong, try it once tonight. Go all in. Don't half-ass it. Go all in and commit to change your life before you go to bed. Set your alarm a little bit earlier and just see. You'll actually be excited to wake up tomorrow, as tired as you fucking will be. You get the day done. You win the battle. You reflect that night as you go back to bed. You say, do I like doing this? Do I want to do this again? Do I want to see what I got tomorrow? And then every day is just, I want to see what I got tomorrow. I'm going to run it again. I'm going to run it better. I'm going to see what I got. You just do that long enough. Just see where it takes you. Crush it.